Every single time I come on YouTube, I feel bad about myself because someone is always saying that something in my home is out of date or it's ugly or something like that, and I'm sure you feel that way too. So in today's video, we're going to talk about some interior design trends that no one hates. If you follow these trends, you're safe. You're going to be safe and you're going to love your space for years to come. I know that as soon as I post this video, there's going to be someone in the comments with their pitchfork saying, I hate that, that's so ugly. And you know what? Such is life. But let's just talk about these trends. So the first design trend that I believe no one hates is the continuous backsplash in countertop. So if you don't know what that is, that basically means that your countertop and your backsplash is the same thing. And this is something that has become increasingly popular in the past few years because you pretty much don't have to match anything. You don't have to take your tile with you to Home Depot and say, is this gonna match? Does this have the same undertone? Is this gonna look good? You don't have to worry about that. All of the guesswork is taken out for you because it is the same slab of stone that you have on the countertop as what you put on your backsplash. Is this an expensive trend? Yes, of course. Getting a huge slab of stone, no matter what that stone is obviously going to be more expensive than getting a traditional backsplash. So I'm not trying to say this is a more affordable trend, but I'm trying to say that I think this is something that is timeless and more palatable to pretty much everyone because it is so easy to make sure that everything matches. Now, I'm not saying people are gonna like your cabinets or they're gonna like your appliances or gonna like your styling. I cannot guarantee not one of those things, but I can guarantee that this is something that's going to look good for years to come. What I will say though is be cognizant of the type of stone that you're choosing and the colors and the patterns and all of that good stuff, because if you're putting, marble in there that has a bright red stripe in it, I don't know if that's going to be timeless. I hate to say it. Another benefit of this is that it always makes your space look larger because the stone is continuous. There isn't a break between the countertop and the backsplash. You also don't need that lip, so you get to really maximize every little piece of counter space, and it really just elongates the space and makes it look so much bigger. And making a space look bigger is pretty much never a bad thing. The next interior design trend that no one hates is the use of greenery. Since I want to say 2020, people have really increased their use of greenery in the home. People are connected to nature, and that's because a lot of us could not go out in nature for a very long time. So people are loving using greenery in their homes, and I love this. This is an amazing trend because one, it's an easy way to add a pop of color. You're allergic to color like me, you only want to use black, white, and gray, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I know people, they'll DM me, they'll be like, Kiva, I want to add color, I want to be on trend, but it makes me so uncomfy, I'm scared. And I feel that. I relate to that so heavily. Like, you're my spirit animal. So what we want to do is add greenery because it's a pop of color that isn't a pop of color, right? It's coming from nature and we can't dictate nature. I mean, I guess we can because that's what like a GMO is and all those things, but let's not get into the science of that. But in general, we cannot dictate nature. So the color it is the color that you get, and it blends in more seamlessly with whatever your design style is. That being said, I'm not saying that real greenery is the only type of greenery people are using. A lot of people are using faux greenery, and that isn't the most trendy of choices, I have to say it. Of course, there are caveats to everything here, because if there weren't, what kind of YouTube video would this be? But using greenery is always going to be in because people always want to be connected to nature, and green is such an awesome color that we all love, and we all love it because we see in nature. It's one of those colors that's kind of ingrained in us and makes sense to us and works with almost every single other color, in my opinion, especially when it's coming from a leaf. I'm not saying that overuse of greenery is in, I'm just saying the use of greenery is in. If all of your windowsills and all of your tabletops are covered in greenery, that's not trendy, but if it makes you happy, that's what matters. My grandmother is one of those people. When you walk in her kitchen, oh no, you cannot chop a potato, you cannot chop an onion because there was a plant there. There's always been a plant there. I have not been able to see a countertop in my grandma's house since 1996, and honey, that was the year that I was born. But that's okay. I'm not saying do that, and I'm also not saying only have one singular piece of greenery hidden somewhere on a bookshelf. There is a middle ground, and that middle ground is a place that is always, always, always going to be in style. Now, I have no idea who started this trend, but whoever that was, the next trend that everyone loves, the next trend no one hates, is the swivel chair. Swivel chairs are that girl. Swivel chairs are it. They're the popular girls. We love them. We want to be them. We don't want to be them. I don't even know why I'd say that, but I'm not editing it out. Swivel chairs are amazing. Why are they amazing? because they can swivel around. Swivel chairs are great because they allow you to see all different parts of a room, all different parts of a space while sitting in the same chair. I especially love using these in spaces for my clients where it's an open concept, it's the living room really close to the kitchen. Someone can be in the kitchen, they can be cooking, and you can swivel around and talk to them, and then you can swivel back around to watch the Super Bowl or whatever it is you want to watch. They help create a seamless transition between spaces. Plus, they tend to be larger in terms of seat, and they provide good back support, so they're just overall very, very, very comfortable. They also add curvature to a space 99.9% of the time because a lot of them do have barrel backs or some type of curved back, so they're adding so much to the space in terms of height and dimension and width and curvature, so they're kind of hitting all of those design marks that we have, which is why I think the swivel chair is here to stay. Now, a reason a lot of people don't like swivel chairs is that the swivel is apparent, but there are a lot of swivel chairs that you can't even tell that it's a swivel chair until you see it or until you sit in it. And I know because the ones in our bedroom, I wasn't quite sure they were swivel chairs, and I sat in one and I went flying. And I did not sign up for a flight that day. And such is life. But you can get a really seamless and chic swivel chair that is really going to elevate your experience. And these are the style of chairs that I really believe are not going out of style anytime soon. Now, I think this one is just a lie. I think I'm just lying to myself, and I don't care. If I want to live in my fantasy world, that's my right. The next trend that everyone loves is the mixed metal. Now, the reason why I said I'm lying is not because I don't believe people enjoy mixed metals. I think most people enjoy mixed metals. I think people do not know how to mix metals. And honestly, that's not my problem. Well, it is my problem because I help people make their homes look beautiful, but it's not the world's problem. Mixed metals look great, right? It's a great way to create some visual interest in a space. You're like, ooh, this is gold. Ooh, this is silver. I'm loving it. It's giving dimension. You're layering the look. You're making it look more sophisticated. And we want our spaces to look sophisticated. You want your space to tell a story. Mixed metals actually just add so much pizzazz to a space. They're really, really fun. And it shows that you've been intentional with your design and you've really thought through your design, which is something that we like to relay. Now, the reason why people don't like mixed metals is because they just do it wrong. They just do it wrong. They don't know that you need to pay attention to luster, which is pretty much the shininess of a metal. They don't know the difference between warm metals and cool metals. They don't know the design tenets that make for good metal mixing. So the problem is not the mixing of the metals, it's the not understanding of the metals. Mixing metals is always going to be in. People have been doing it for years, and it's always going to be a timeless. And when people do it correctly, no one ever hates it. I know I'm safe on this one. The next design trend that no one hates is layered lighting. Layered lighting is the idea that you have overhead lights and you have accent lights, you have different accent lights, and you have spotlights and all the different types of lights. And everyone likes this. Everyone likes this because we like to see. We like to see. So we need different lights for different things. We need overhead light to generally illuminate the space. We need task lighting, the light behind me, to see up close, to see little tasks that we're doing on your phone, or you're reading a book, or you're playing a game. We need different lights to actually perform different tasks. Not only do we need different lights to perform different tasks, but we also need different types of light to set a mood. Light really, really impacts your mood. And if you don't believe me, think about how the lighting in a romantic restaurant makes you feel. Think about how they use lighting in movies to kind of tailor your experience. Lighting has so much power in a home. Layered lighting can add so much to a space. It can add character, and it can make a house feel like a home. When a space just has really cool, high Kelvin overhead light, you're like, ooh, this is giving me serial killer vibes, and I do not like this. This is not my cup of tea. But as we start to add warmer lights, as we add lights above our paintings to draw attention to those pieces of art, as we add lights over our sofas to kind of create some nice lighting for watching television, it starts to feel more like a homey place, like a place you want to be, and that is the beauty of layered lighting. Another wonderful facet of layered lighting is that lamps now come in all shapes and sizes. There are lamps that look like sculptures. There are lamps that look like houses. There are lamps that look like donuts. There are lamps for absolutely everything. So a light doesn't just have to be something that is a column with an ugly lampshade. There are so many opportunities. So we can layer lighting without that thing even looking like a light until we turn it on. Another design trend I think everyone secretly loves is the vase. Okay, you're like, Kiva, how is a vase a trend? So vases have become increasingly more popular. Vases used to exist just to put flowers in, right? That's what people are like, if I'm gonna have a vase, if I'm gonna have a vase, it's for a flower. I need flowers, I need fresh flowers. And we've kind of dismantled that construct. You can have a vase with absolutely nothing in it. You can put flowers in it, you cannot, you can put stuff in it, you cannot. But I think people are really loving vases because they can tell such a story. Again, we don't just get the basic vase anymore. It can have different handles, it can have waviness to it, it can have different colors, it can have a pattern on it. The vase in itself is a sculpture. It is a piece of art in itself. But the real reason I believe people love vases as decor on their own these days is that vases can hold your crap. They can hold your stuff. We all have stuff. We all have too many things. And again, that is a whole other video. That is a whole other problem. We are not trying to tackle one of life's biggest issues today. But a vase is perfect for like storing all of your crap. When someone comes over, you can just throw all the stuff on your coffee table in that vase. You don't know where to put something. You don't want to organize it yet. Throw it in the vase. Just throw it in the vase. I love that. And if you don't believe me, here's one of my vases. It has a screwdriver in it. It has some betadine in it. It has a coaster in it. You're like, Kiva, what the hell were you doing? It doesn't matter what I was doing, but I love that vases can accommodate my mess and still look good. And you don't have to do anything to the vase. It is what it is. It looks good. You don't have to style it. It just is good on its own. And there are so few things in design that look good on their own. So vases are it. Vases are always going to be popular. Even if the style of vase changes, even if the coloring of the vase changes, vases as standalone decor are always going to be that girl. The next interior design trend I think that everybody loves, the trend that nobody can hate, is smart lighting. So what is smart lighting? Smart lighting is lighting that you can turn on using a robot, you can turn on using your phone, you can speak it out into the world and the lighting magically comes on. Just think about those movies where someone walks in a room and they go, and all the lights turn on. Okay, so that doesn't apply to like most of us, right? Okay, we're not paying for all of that. But smart lighting is fantastic because you can turn on lights remotely. You don't have to be at home. You don't have to stand up. They're just easy. They're easy. And for that reason, I think that they are always going to be popular and no one's going to hate them. Now, do people hate when you can see all the light strips? Yes. You didn't install them correctly. That's fine, that's tacky, that's a whole other issue. Maybe some people don't like red light or green light or blue light. Maybe you have a problem with Roy G. Biv. That is not my issue. So maybe you don't like a particular color. And so for that reason, you think you don't like smart lighting. That's not true. Everyone has preferences when it comes to color, but smart lighting is such a valuable tool because if someone struggles with mobility, if someone, you know, is not the right height for the light switch or something like that, it makes all of these things a little bit more accessible. And I think as a whole, as a society, we should work to make lighting and everything in a home more accessible instead of making people who struggle with the access kind of find tips and tricks on how to troubleshoot it. Society should be kind of built to be accessible for everyone, not the other way around. So that's why I really love smart lighting, and I think that you all do too. Okay, you guys, that is today's video. Those are some interior design trends that are impossible to hate. These are trends that are timeless. These are trends that look good. These are trends that just take your home to the very next level. Let me know down in the comments, do you love these trends? I know someone's going to say they hate them and they're ugly, so I'm ready for it. I'm excited for you to express your opinions. If you liked today's video, please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and check me out on Instagram, and I'll see you next time.